are now experiencing the No Invite Podcast.
Bang, bang, bang. We are back. It's the motherfucking No Invite Podcast. I am Blaze.
And you got Steph in the building.
And we are fucking here, and it's about that time. You know, we rocking like we always do. We're recording on a Wednesday, which is just a little bit earlier than normal, but you know, we got lives and shit to do, so we're gonna fucking live our lives, right? You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
gotta
basically,
take care of business.
we gotta take care of business, and we're gonna take care of business. It's the No Invite Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed y'all week. How was your short week? This is like football and shit when they're playing on Thursday or something. How was your short week?
Oh, my short week was cool, you know what I'm saying? Took care of some major business, and it played out in my favor for the most part. And
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, got a new job training coming up. So check this out, you guys. So I'm some of you guys have seen it. I'm gonna be trained by a James Beard award-winning mixologist.
What the fuck is a James Beard, first of all?
Okay,
Like,
so
please explain that to people.
Okay, so are you guys familiar with like Michelin award or Michelin approved restaurants?
No.
Really? Okay.
I dine at the finest, you know what I'm saying, taco trucks.
Hey,
So.
I love taco trucks. No, so Michelin. So if a restaurant is Michelin, a Michelin awarded or Michelin, I forget how they label it, but Michelin. So if you're like fine dining service and all that kind of shit, they'll send like undercover people, and you'll never know. They'll go in there and you'll never know you're serving them or whatever, and then they grade you and all the shit from the entrance to the service to the food, and so on and so forth. Now, if you get approved, like you top hot shit.
It jumps your cloud up.
Like
man.
it's hard to get that. It's hard to get that award. So James Beard Award is an equivalent to that, but Michelin is more known. But a James Beard is pretty much, it equates. So he's a James Beard Award-winning mixologist, and so it's not very often you get an opportunity to get trained by somebody like that. So I'm gonna go through a 6-week training program with him. And at the end, he's gonna pick like his lead bartender for the restaurant. So I'm just gonna soak it up like a sponge, stay humble,
Stay performing and shit.
Man,
That's dope. That's dope.
Oh, I love it. Like, this is like an opportunity that's like you done. I thought I was just gonna go to this new opening restaurant, and then when he's like, "Oh, you're gonna get trained," I'm like, "What?" Okay, I'm with it. Like I'm so excited about it. So that's like my main highlight. That's like my main highlight of the week.
That's dope.
I'm so excited for it.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Hey. So
Yeah, I know,
James
right?
Beard, and when you said 2 weeks, you said, or how long is it gonna be?
No
the
training. 6 weeks. It's a 6-week. Yeah.
That's right.
6 weeks, and training starts on Thursday. And
That's what's up.
so when we open, y'all gotta come through.
No, I most definitely. I plan on it. I want to see what you're talking about.
We got a 60-foot bar. It's gonna be so dope.
That's dope.
In Mill Valley in Marin. It's called Floodwater. It's gonna open after 6 weeks because we have to train and whatnot. So you guys will be hearing the opening day very soon. If they got like sports bar, intimate dining, patio, private, everything. Like it's dope. It's sick.
Dice games and shit like that.
All that. I don't know about no dice, but you get the sports bar. We got it's gonna be real nice.
You said intimate dining. Does that mean like you could get a BJ while you're waiting for your dinner? While you're waiting for your steak?
Nah, bro. Like when you walk in, you go to the left, you got this like the bar, and they're gonna have like it's gonna be like sports bar type thing. And then if you go to the right side of the restaurant, you're gonna be away from the noise. It's more
that's dope.
subtle,
Okay, I get it.
more intimate, more
All right, that's what's up. Speaking of intimate dining, huh? There's a restaurant called BJ.
Yeah, they got over 300 menu items.
Fuck yeah. I got excited when I heard that. I was like, I'm finna slide.
Guy.
What's happening? And then I went there and there were no BJs popping off, so I was just like, fuck all that.
You hear him.
Speaking of intimate dining though, my weekend was pretty much regular. I haven't really had a chance to do much. It's work. I got in trouble at work for some stupid shit.
What happened? What'd you do?
It's ridiculous, to be honest with you, but it's like you could tell when people be trying to throw like other people under the bus. So they try to put me on notice or whatever. So I don't care. Yeah, it was stupid. It was the dumbest shit ever. Just let's just say like this: I got in trouble for somebody else's fucking problem, and just me being the person I am, I refuse to throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah, because they can't own their shit.
Yeah, so I was just like, whatever. I just accepted it. You know what I mean? Took it on whatever. And other than that, my fucking day's my week's been the regular. Not much to it. Just looking forward to all these podcasting and all this other shit. Trying to stay regular. Trying to stay right.
You know what though? I noticed let me guess. The motherfucker who did that. Y'all been working together for a long time. You guys, right?
Kinda. I don't really fuck with him.
Not like that, but you guys have worked at the spot for a long time together, both of you.
He's not even on my shift. It's not even somebody that I fuck with like that.
I was gonna say, like, if somebody been working with somebody for a long period of time, usually at some point it's like gets funky, and then they do some punk ass shit like that.
Nah, we work graveyard, and I feel like with our situation, it's like we stick together more because we understand that we have no energy for life whatsoever. So we're all partially dead inside. So
except you.
Well, me,
you be mobbing and busting moves and conducting business and shows and all the shit.
I'm a different kind of animal.
That's right.
But nah, I mean, like our graveyard shift sticks together. You know what I mean? For the most part, the morning shift. There's like I used to be morning shift, so I know a lot of them too, and I'm fuck with a lot of them. They're pretty cool. And it ain't really like that. It's just more like they were making. I feel like managers were making it bigger than it was. So then, they were trying to find somebody to put the blame on. You understand what I'm saying?
That's weak as fuck.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I mean, if no harm, no foul. I mean, if I'm not in trouble,
right,
and we could correct the situation, I'd rather do that because at the end of the day, it's like everybody trying to make money. I'm trying to make my money.
Right.
The company trying to make their money. We trying to get shit right. If I did something wrong, let me know. If I didn't do something wrong, or if you looking for someone to dump on your shit, just know that you better be on your shit because I'm not. I'm very observant. I'm very aware of what I do and I don't do, and I pay attention. So if they're gonna be on that shit, then they better be on that shit.
I'd be like, okay, prove it.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. I don't think they could. And so when they try to like get me to, they try to throw it on my lap. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, but show me where. You know what I mean? Show me where.
Prove it, bitch.
I mean, that's just regular. That's like regular shit. That's something that probably everybody at work deal with. And I'm sure these motherfucking podcasting listeners don't want to hear that shit. But what I did want to touch on, you know what I mean? Because the last episode we shot was on a Sunday. That was the day that the fucking infamous Popeye's chicken sandwich came out.
Lord.
And I wanted to bring that shit up because, like, I told everybody, I was like, please be safe. It's not worth it. This, that, and the other.
Oh, shit. He's spoken into existence.
And here we go. Motherfuckers getting shot. Motherfuckers getting stabbed. There's fucking little fights and riots over this stupid ass chicken sandwich. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, first of all, that's how you know you motherfuckers never had a real fucking piece of chicken or something.
Speak on it.
To begin with. Second of all, it's like, man, I don't understand the thought process of people nowadays. I'm like, I get it. Anything could be disrespect or whatever, and people could get mad or whatever, but it's like, bro, come on, man. You're going to go get a chicken sandwich. Get your chicken sandwich and keep it moving, bro. You must not have a life if you're willing to do some stupid shit, or you must just not care about your responsibilities.
Hey, you know what, though? This might sound real crazy and, like, off the wall and then, like, on a sideline note, but sometimes, like, the food we consume with all the, chemicals or whatever, the process that they put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you can become so addicted to whatever it is, the taste that whatever it is, that you can act out like that.
Yeah, it'll put you in a bad mood. It'll make you angry. You'll act out of character. No, I'm most definitely, because I mean, addiction is addiction. So at the end of the day, whatever it is you're addicted to, that's why they call it that, because you have some sense that you need it, and then when you don't get it, you start wilding out and shit. And it's just like, man, you guys are fucking stupid. I mean, coming from, like I said, there ain't no chicken sandwiches in prison. I guess these motherfuckers is gonna find out, because now, now not only is you gonna be waiting in line for your food, but you're gonna be waiting in line for some shitty food. And if you think you could just pop off to anybody like that in line in prison, oh yeah, you finna definitely be the chicken sandwich in there for sure. You know what I'm saying? They finna pop that. They're gonna pop that eye. They're gonna pop it in your eye. You're gonna see what time it is. It's gonna be pop eyes for real. Man, I'm gonna make that hot, Patty. Watch. Me and Patty were talking shit how people just make any slogan hot. I was like, watch, I'm gonna make Yabba Dabba Do hot. I'm gonna bring that. And she's like, please don't.
Bring it back.
I'm gonna make that shit. Man.
Somebody gonna spin a twist off of it now.
Oh, you motherfuckers, just remember, after Fred Flintstone, it was me.
Okay.
So I don't want to hear that shit. So I don't want to hear y'all talking about Yabba Dabba Do and you know all this other shit and swag and flex and all that, motherfucker. Y'all better recognize the foundation.
I can't believe that motherfuckers were like fighting in the drive-thru, stabbing motherfuckers. Like, that's just a damn shame. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Okay?
Well, I mean, they're stupid. I don't give a fuck. There's no excuse, bro. You stupid, and your stupid ass is going to prison, and your dumb ass is doing exactly what the fuck the whole system wants you to do. Because if we're not gonna get into it deep, but think of it like this, okay?
Like,
society is set up a certain way. It's been set up a certain way for certain people in certain areas. So they put things in front of you, knowing your psychology and the way you act and the way you've been programmed and raised, and they know that it's just a powder keg. They know that, oh, we're gonna be able to do this, and we're gonna fucking get these people to act up a certain way, and you fall for it every fucking time.
That's what me and Patty was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
No lie. That's crazy.
I'm gonna need you to stay on the mic when you're talking.
My bad.
So
look, I'm getting too comfortable.
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah. But no, you're right though, and like that's a whole nother topic. We could get off deep into that shit, but we gonna keep it moving, man. Fuck the Popeye's chicken sandwich. That shit's mad fucking mediocre and regular as fuck. Yeah, my son got me one, so I tried it just to see what the hype was about. Cause my son went in line. That shit was whack.
Why you
never
even
again?
Try it?
Just see what's up.
Didn't we have a discussion a long time ago that you were trying to transition?
Hey, I'm trying. That's
yeah,
the thing.
Well, shit. Anyways,
I'm trying.
I ain't gonna speak on my little veganism. We gonna have that on another episode.
Nah, I respect your veganism, and I told you I'm trying. I wanna eventually get to that point, but you gotta understand something though. With me, is that
you wanna know what it really is that you're tasting? It's not the bird. It's the herbs and the spices and everything that makes it taste good. So it's like I'm pretty sure somebody's auntie can make it just the same, if not better, at home. So it's like
no, I know that.
You know what I mean?
And I've tried stuff that's vegan that tastes just as good. And it's all a mentality. Like going back to society and programming and shit. It's all a mind state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you really
stay woke, people.
It's what you want. Like I didn't do it because I was like I gotta get up and do it. My son, he wanted to go do it with his friends. They were gonna go get it. I was like, you know what? Just get me one so I could see what the hype is. Okay, so we got Loco on the live. We're gonna throw Loco on and see what the fuck he talking about.
Uh-oh.
What's happening with Loco, man? Hold on, everybody. We gonna put Loco on live and see what the fuck he talking about. if he, you know what I mean? If he wants to.
Bro, I seen him. He be mobbing like me.
Yeah, he does. Loco's everywhere, man. Loco's everywhere. I guess he don't want to get on no more. I guess he jumped off, or it must have been an accident.
Mobbing and profiling.
Always. It's the No Invite Podcast, y'all. We always moving. We always grooving. We're trying to be consistent for y'all. Hopefully y'all like it. Please leave feedback. You know what I'm saying? You can follow us on Instagram at No Invite Podcast. You could also No_invite_podcast on Instagram. You go to SoundCloud and look up No Invite Podcast. And then you could also go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, which we ask y'all to do. Help get our numbers up for all the people that do listen. It's RiBirth Media Films with a Z, RiBirth with an I, RiBirth Media Films. Go on and drop a subscription, man, and tap in with us and let us know. This is the first 15 minutes. Ain't nobody tap in, so don't hit us up later like, what happened, bro? I was trying to get on the podcast and all this other shit. Yeah, right. Everybody say, ain't it crazy how everybody fuck with you after the fact?
Yeah,
it's like, come on, bro. It's like, where was you at? You know what I mean? Where your ass was at?
And you know what else I noticed? Like, there's been, this is why, I shouldn't even say what I was about to say, but I'm just gonna say this. There's been several times where I've reposted like some of my partner shit, right? Before I got into this. Mm-hmm. Even though it's still new, I haven't heard a peep. I haven't seen a repost. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm still repost your shit from time to time, but just know I see. I feel like I feel like we should always remember that type of stuff because you don't want to give energy to something that doesn't give the energy back to you. But at the same time, like with me, I used to get upset over that type of shit, and now it's just more like I'm like, you know what? I'm like to the point where it's like I do shit because I like to and I want to and I don't expect nothing in return. It would be nice, don't get me wrong, but people are only gonna give you what they feel like that you deserve for them. You know what I mean? Right.
So,
like I took the initiative. Like I did it for you, like just on the strength because you're my partner, and I know you're trying to do the same thing that I'm doing now. Now I understand where you're coming from because
now you know the artist struggle.
Yeah. So it's like now I see what the appreciation means. But it's like, so if I'm putting forth the initiative and you ain't giving it back, okay, all right. Well, I see where we stand. I'm not gonna get upset over, like you said.
You just keep it moving. That's how I do it. That's it. And it's crazy because they get a lot of people get upset about that. Be like, oh, he ain't repost my shit. He ain't. I was like, first of all, I'm not gonna. If you spam your fucking shit all day, every day, I'm not gonna repost everyone you fucking spam. I hate that. If you're spamming shit, I'm gonna just keep scrolling. And I tell people all the time, like, don't spam. drop it once a day, whatever you gotta do, but don't spam because people will get desensitized to your shit and they'll just start scrolling. I seen this already, and it could be a whole different post, but it'll look the same. And people on social media have a short fucking attention span, so you can't take that type of shit personally. Second of all, if I don't get reposted, I don't get mad. I'm way beyond that type of shit. It's just like, oh, it's good. You know what I mean? I'm working. I'm here. The people that like it, they're gonna like it. The people that don't, they ain't gonna like it. It's good.
And all it takes is one person and your shit will take off.
I'm a big firm believer that your work stands alone. So if you got good work, just in anything that you do in life, you got good work, people are gonna fuck with you. What they're not gonna do, like I said, because I don't like it. Now, whenever I'm on Instagram, I try to keep my posts consistent to what I like on Instagram. So I don't like spam on my shit. So I'm not finna spam you. If you go to my shit, I probably got like 60 posts at the most on my shit. And my story is something else. If you click on my story, then you want to see my shit, and I'll spam. I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
You know what I hate? Speaking of which, I hate it if I post something like on my story, and I think it's just because I think it's funny, and motherfuckers will hit my DM like, and think it's real. Like it's relative to my life. It's like, no, bro. It's like if I'm not like consistently, you know what I mean? I don't know. Just on a short note, but we gonna keep it light. You know what I'm saying? But everything I post is not related to my life. Don't take it serious. It's
you know
what?
We're gonna have to talk about that. I might just change my main subject just to talk about that because I call bullshit on that. That doesn't mean that you're currently going through it, but I
think it's funny.
No, yeah, you're right, but see a lot of people
to it.
Yeah, no. We might talk about that later.
Okay.
This is the No Invite podcast. We're gonna take a quick little break. We're gonna jump off into the next segment. So holla at us. You already know what it is, man. Yo, we are back. It's the motherfucking No Invite podcast. I'm Blaze.
And you got Steph.
And we are rocking and rolling like we always do. Producer Patty on the boards and shit, doing what the fuck she do. Patty gonna tell me earlier on a side note, she gonna be like, do you ever thought about putting music in the background of your podcast? And I'm like, yeah, we do that every episode. Patty, where the fuck are you at?
She be high, bro.
Nah, but you know what it is though? Is I put it runs through the whole podcast. It runs through the whole podcast, my ninja.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, just to give people clarity, just so we don't put Patty on all the way blast like that, I do the editing. Patty runs the boards. She helps us put the whole thing together. She records us, the whole shit, but I do the editing. So the final product, and to be honest with you, I only probably listen to this podcast, if I do at all, because I'm critiquing myself, not because I want to hear myself talk or hear about it because I lived it. You dig what I'm saying? So Patty got a front row seat to this shit, you know? But that shit was still funny though. I had to let y'all know that. I'm just saying.
Ha ha. Very funny.
The parts where we're like not talking. Anyways, Steph, so look, you brought some shit up earlier, right?
About what? I brought up a lot of shit.
You did bring up, exactly. And like I said, you brought up some stuff earlier. And we were talking about posting and how people post and they post all kinds of crazy shit. Right. And then they'd be like, I'm not, just because I posted doesn't mean I'm going through it. I think it's funny. I think it's this and I think it's that. But you know what? I'm going to disagree with that. I'm not saying that people are going through everything they post, but a lot of it, they're posting it because they agree with it and because they would do it. You dig what I'm saying?
I'll say this.
Not all of it, but some of it.
Let me clarify.
Yeah. Clarify.
Let me clarify.
Show me something.
I think what I meant to say was you can if I repost something, I relate to it. If it's on an emotional relationship, that type of human interaction type of post. Now versus my animal post, that's something else. But like if it comes, so like example, I just got out of a relationship, and a lot of motherfuckers know that, right? I don't post no type of shit.
How many motherfuckers know that?
Well, whoever fucking knows me.
Okay.
And whoever knows me. And
that might be too many people.
Well, I only have like less than 600 people on my Instagram, so I don't know. But right? So look.
She has friends, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
Really, in real life. No, I'm
she has a life, huh? I mean, I keep forgetting that I'll have a life, so.
No, so look, I like to post informative shit or whatever it is I'm doing throughout my day. I never, post my relationship, my personal business like that on Instagram. But from time to time, if I find like a relationship related type meme or whatever, and I think it's funny, I'll repost it. And some people will hit my DM like, oh my God, like you really whatever, and relating to the post. I'm like, bro, that has nothing to do with anything. Well, you posted it. I'm like, just because somebody reposts something like that does not necessarily mean that it's true.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that at all.
But if I were to repeatedly post,
but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's
but
not
if I was
true.
to repeatedly post like my relationship shit every day or whatever, then of course I would believe it. But it's like if I hardly post it, why would you believe it?
That's true. But I mean, the reason why I say it like this is because people say that, but you know,
it semi-relates, but
it's like people say that shit and then they post shit and be really angry wording, you know, like they talking about somebody and it's like, yo, okay, you don't agree with this shit. It's like, obviously, it's like, I don't know, with me, I've had this conversation plenty of times with people and it's like, people have to mature on social media and understand that.
You think?
You know, I feel like, you know, because social media kicked in and we're still learning how to deal with it. We're like, think of it like this. We invented, the humans invented some shit
and
they don't even know what it's doing. They're just going through it. So we're living it out. So we're still learning this shit, right? And people will get on there and I'll be like shocked at the shit they're posting. I'm like, bro, nobody wants to know that. Like nobody like
it's not your diary.
You're airing out your bitch and all this shit. It's like, bro, you're gonna be with her again. I was like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it moving. Like if you got, to me, that social media shit, that's like, if you think you know me because of that, then you have absolutely no fucking idea who I am. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. And you're right, there's stuff that I post that I agree with and stuff that I post that I think is funny I'm not even going through. I feel the difference is that there's certain people, you could tell by the amount of a certain type. That's how you really feel, whether you're not going through it or not, but that's how you really feel about it. You know what I mean?
Or you've been through it and you relate to it and it just struck some nerve with you and, you know, it struck you some kind of way. Let me say that.
It reached out and touched your heart.
Or it resonated with you, or it just was like, oh, or, you know, whatever the feeling was. And you know what I'm saying? And you know what? Sometimes you don't think about it, but sometimes you might repost some shit like that. And somebody could be going through some shit and they might just come across your shit and read it. It might change their attitude or their perspective or whatever for the day.
No
You
doubt.
might help somebody.
No doubt.
Out.
Look, no doubt. I'm not knocking this shit. Like I said, I can't knock people because we're all fucking, at the end of the day, even though as crazy as it is, at the end of the day, we're all learning how to deal with something brand new we never dealt with before. And this thing that we call social media, it just isn't just entertainment. This shit plays with people's emotions, their egos, their self-image. You know, it has a lot to do with people's personality. That's kind of like what I was trying to say. I'm kind of high now. You know, it's not, but what I'm not probably relaying it good. But that's what I was trying to say is that this social media stuff and the way people act on it and stuff like that, they're still learning how to deal with it. But it also shows you what kind of personality they have in a sense when it comes to certain things if they expose too much. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. If they expose too much and they, you know, anytime you know, if you're reposting like the same content all the time, I'm gonna believe it because obviously, bitch, you're going through that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's like if I don't, then don't.
Because it's like how many deep quotes about slandering your ex before I'm like, bro, okay, we get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you obviously still thinking about that shit, you know, or something else or anything. Like,
right.
You know, it depends on what it is. It's like, okay, you want to say you're not going through that and you're happy, but it's like,
and not only that,
I can't tell. Like,
but not only that, it's like if I don't call you and tell you what's going on with me all the time, like, how can you even believe or
back? You know, it is what it is. Had to take a little quick break. Should be happening. You know, we are definitely a ratchet podcast, but once again, we talking about the motherfucking. We talking about the effects of social media in a sense. We kind of got there like it's a rabbit hole because nowadays a lot of shit that we talk about pertains to social media because it's a part of, like, it's weird. It's like another person, like in your life. It's like the way I look at it's not maybe like another person, like a real physical person, but it's like another personality
like
you got to deal. Yeah, well, it is. It's the
we get our information, watch people. Mm-hmm. I'll get updates on their lives, but it's like more frequent, more intimate, more detailed, and so on.
And it drives people fucking bonkers.
Yeah, but now it's like, like nowadays it's like the TV magnified by like 200.
Now think about it like this. I know phones and all that shit. Think about it like this. Right now, this technology, just the primitive version, like social media and shit like that, is taking control of people and making them act out crazy. And they're out there right now creating artificial intelligence right now. What are you gonna do when your TV acts like your best friend? Like, where are you going? Why don't you sit down and hit you up like, hey, text you like, hey, it already does that now. You can set a reminder on your phone if for your favorite fucking show or a notification.
You're going to have me trip out again.
A notification, right? So think of it like this: what's gonna happen when your smartphone's so smart that it's like another personality in your life, like a kid or another relationship?
Look, I'll go back to Nokia. Shit,
yeah, to the trap phones and shit.
I'll go back to Nokia. Lord.
So my thing is that I really like try to show restraint in what I do, also just to set an example, because I feel like the social media shit is like a domino effect. One person sees something, another person sees.
It's almost like a telephone, but a virtual. It's like in a different way.
In a sense, yeah. Like it's like a phone, but it's a different style of communication.
That's what
yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. You're right. It's like different style of communication. So
it gets filtered.
My thing is that I try to set a good example, because not only do I got my kid watching me on social media, but it's the one where it's like people gotta grow, man. You gotta also see, for everybody you see out there, assaulting each other up, throwing all their business out there, saying everything. I'm a big person in energy. So I'm not gonna give people energy for certain shit, because all you do is make it bigger. Remember we were talking about, you put it out there and then you add to it and it creates more. My thing is, that's why I be like, yo, I'm positive vibes only, because that's what I'm trying to put out, because that's what I need around me. If we're gonna have balance in this world, there's always gonna be negative, but where's the positive vibe? You gotta have at least a mindset. I'm not,
But they do say it is easier to be negative than it is to be positive, and that's hard for people to comprehend and to actually act upon and change their mind state. I've been practicing that for a while now, and it is hard, but when you get to the stage, whenever you people get to the stage that Blaze is in, you'll have a complete understanding of that. Or understanding of that understanding.
I understand that I don't understand shit, and I'm still working on it. And I tell, and it's
Stay
like
humble.
we talk, definitely. But yeah, it's a slippery thing. Like with the social media, it's a whole nother animal that people are dealing with, and I just try to put out that good energy. I'm not gonna feed the trolls. I used to think that shit was funny, but it's like it consumes my energy for good shit. Like when I'm around people, and even on social media, I'm promoting my music. I might throw a little quote, might post a little meme that I like too. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not above that or none of that. I do that too, but when it comes to my personal shit, all that stuff, like things that no one else needs to know, because that's like my friend knows, because you know me for real, and you my folks, and I can come to you and tell you about something, and I trust you. Patty, same thing, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that's certain shit should be left for your circle, and certain shit should be left for a fucking therapist, to be real with you, because some of these motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying earlier. Like if I post something, like you can't take everything I post like literal. It might resonate a little bit and I'll repost it, but it's like that's not like my actual life. It might have been something that I'm familiar with that has happened before.
Or you just think it's funny, like
that's
they
what
say.
I'm saying. Yeah, like come
on
now.
And my point I was making was like, I get that part, because a lot of people are like that. I'm one of those people. Like I post what I like, you know what I mean, and it might not necessarily be going through it, but I like it, or I think that shit funny, and it has nothing to do with me at all. It's just funny. But I feel like when you're a certain way, though, when you're all about one thing and you're always my ex ain't shit, these hoes ain't nothing, you're always in drama, you always got a new person in your life, you always throwing subs out there.
I would have to believe it.
I would have to believe it, exactly.
You're posting the same content.
And the reason why I brought up to begin with is because the main people that say, just because I post this doesn't mean I'm going through it, the main people be the ones that really be going through it. And all I'm saying is, like, look, social media is not that serious. We were brought up to remember to always not give a fuck about what anybody thinks about you. And as we get older, we start losing that sense, because we want to fit in, and we're communal people, I think they call it, or whatever.
I think the older I get, the more I don't give a fuck.
Let me rephrase that. Through your adolescence, because through your adolescence, you're still trying to figure it out, and then you get to a certain point in your life, hopefully you all have, where you don't give a fuck so much about what everybody else thinks, and you start giving a fuck more about what you think and what the people that matter to you think.
Or you just stay in that mind frame. Shit.
Exactly. Some people never grow up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We all going through it, but to help all you people out there, remember, social media ain't that serious. It's just a highlight reel. Remember that. You're only seeing the best parts of people's lives if they want you to see it.
Right.
And the people that are showing you the worst parts of their life is because they got a lot of work to do, and they need to understand themselves and know themselves better.
Right. And plus, sometimes when you post shit like that, you sometimes you get the feedback that you need to hear, be it positive or negative, and at that point it determines how you take that information in, because criticism not a lot of people can take.
Yeah, but that's not that, you're right, and it makes it a lot more difficult because not only that in there,
Or
it gets like,
not.
in those messages and those comments, what also gets lost in the shuffle besides that is that people lose their mind to what other people say. You got motherfuckers gassing people up, lying to them, lying to females, lying to dudes, ooh, you this, you that, and you're really not. So it's a lot of, it's hard to navigate, you feel me, for some people.
Yeah, because then sometimes they end up going fucking nuts.
Because it's ego. It's a
Yeah.
lot of ego, and people, and
Plastic
attention.
surgery and all that. It leads to all that surgery. Like, people really get surgery to look a certain way on Instagram and all that type. It's crazy. It's a mental. Oh Lord have mercy.
You know that the Instagram now is blocking, banning certain emojis.
No, it's filters.
No, emojis too now.
Oh,
if they're
really?
too sexual, if your emojis is too sexual, and these filters resemble anything that has to do with plastic surgery
So they're
or
getting
altering.
rid of the eggplant?
They're not getting rid of it. You know what they said? They're not getting rid of it. That still, people could still have it, but they use the eggplant, they use the peach, and a couple other ones that they said if you put them under people's like comments, like look at her booty or look whatever, then what's it called? You could get your whole account erased.
Oh yeah. They're like watching like the context in which you use it. Just like when they took the fucking gun away, now you use a little squirt gun.
Yeah. That shit was funny as fuck.
That's cool though. I mean, whatever. I think that's better.
But I'm not for or against it. It is what it is because
Thugs ain't posting it no more.
What?
The thugs gonna use fucking post with a little squirt gun. Yeah, right.
Nah, they just too thugging hard posting their real gun and shit.
Hey.
But look, so that's social media for you right there, though. You gotta learn. People gotta learn, man. Y'all gonna learn one way or another. We all make mistakes. Don't get me wrong. We're dealing with some shit that we really are just dealing with. Like, we just know about it. Like, 20 years from now, when they look back at this shit, we're gonna see the real effects of what it does. Who the fuck knows what kind of people we'll be?
You know what?
We'll probably be more desensitized and fucked up.
Okay, so speaking of which, you know what, since you said that, so one of my exes from a couple years ago, no, more like a few years ago, he, wanted me to and encouraged me to get plastic surgery.
Oh, shit.
He wanted to get my boobs bigger, my ass done, all that. So I went and got a consultation and everything. I was 2 weeks away from going. And I didn't do it. I backed out because it's like, I just couldn't do it. It's not in me. I wasn't raised that way. And even though it was for like money gains, it's just like, I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But some people will actually like do that for the attention, to be accepted and all that kind of shit. And and if I was a dummy to appease him to do it, I would have did it. But I'm not no fucking fool.
Look.
Because I would have regretted it later.
I mean, and that's always a personal choice. And just for the record, far be it from me to be mad at anybody getting some booty or some titties or your tit game getting stepped up or your booty game getting stepped up. I don't knock that. My thing is with plastic surgery. Yeah, I mean, everybody's different. I don't knock that, but I think that when you start doing it to the excess, when you start getting like the fake overdone face and just your body shape just looks nasty or looks weird, I ain't with that. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's not that serious. Most females look good without it. They don't need it. The ones that need it for whatever reason, or they just want it, like you say, money games, get your money, that's fine. Me personally, I don't find it appealing at all when they look hella like fake, everything face looking bloated and looking crazy. I'm good. That shit don't do it for me at all. That's when I like body dysmorphia or whatever. What do they call that shit? Where you like
body
fucking,
dysmorphia. Yeah. Where
you just don't fucking love your own body enough that you're trying to constantly change it and improve it to what you think it should be.
Well, but that's to appease everybody else or go with like the flow of things. So you a sheep at that point. But then that comes down to like your hair and your nails and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's different. That's whole.
No, that's part of body dysmorphia. Think about it, like girls get those like Cardi B excessive long nails, or they get all that long fake ass hair, or you know what I mean?
I don't know if that's body dysmorphia because that's
part
attached.
Of it. It's part of it.
Well, maybe it's not a love of their own self-image or whatever of their natural image but at the same time, it's not body dysmorphia because they could take it off. It's not like they're permanent. I'm talking about shit that you can't take off like a surgery.
No, you're right. Okay, I take that back.
You know, like, no, I get that part because we all, everybody does stuff. In some people higher degrees than other, obviously, but we all do some kind of stuff to like, what do they call that? Compensate for whatever. Like somebody, I might overdo it on this, and only because I feel self-conscious about it, yeah, or whatever the case, you know. So
you don't like it, keep it moving. Bye. Yeah. That's just me.
I'm an asshole, so if you could deal with that, then we good, you know, because you know at the end of the day, if we cool and I'm an asshole, just know that's just my personality. It's not because I do it to you, because chances are I do it to like 10 out of 10 people I know. If I don't know you, I'm not gonna, you know, you're not gonna understand me. I get it, so I'm not gonna be like that with you. I'm not gonna let you see the real me. I'm gonna have my guard up or whatever, you know, because you know you don't want to step out of pocket to nobody, or they might take it as out of pocket. But I know if I say some shit to Patty ain't tripping.
Right. But I'm sure there is a line, even with friends.
There's always a line.
Yeah.
And there's a different, and see, like
there's
I said,
a difference between every relationship.
I'm an asshole, but I'm not disrespectful.
Right. There's a difference. There's a big difference.
And that's where it's lost nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
absolutely.
Because me, I would.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Yeah.
But wouldn't you look at them a little bit differently?
Nah, we all say shit sometimes. Like I wouldn't.
I love Patty.
I'm gonna tell you like this. If you could come up to me and be like, nah, and I really feel sincere because I'm good on vibes, then we could be good. As long as you didn't put your fucking hands on me. As long as you didn't rob me or steal from me or put my life in jeopardy like that, we could come have a conversation about anything. Huh? Yeah, we could have a conversation about anything. But you know, actions are always gonna be the what you know, what's gonna determine how you are with me and how I am with you. I keep it consistent. But social media shit is out of pocket.
Majorly.
It's funny because you know what? We didn't even really try to come to this conversation, but it obviously seems like something we needed to talk about because you see it like I see it in a sense. You know, You see it out there when you're out there surfing the web. Do they even use that anymore?
No. You know what? They don't. They don't. Oh, you know what I heard?
I just sounded out, yeah.
You know what I heard?
Web, bro.
Speaking of searching the web, it's like a real like random useless knowledge. I was told a long time ago that like the www dot, and we think we have access to the internet. We don't. The real internet, like we only have access to like I think several sites, and then but there's like a bigger internet.
Yeah. The dark net.
Yeah.
The one they tell you to keep out
of.
It's
I forget. It's like we have Google and like several other like I can't remember for the life of me. I'd have to look it up. Somebody else might know. Chime in on it.
And that's where
it's a different
Yes. Like the general public, we only have access to like four major. Yeah.
Why Patty voice sound like that though? Patty sound like that's where shit goes down. She got into storyteller mode and shit.
Look, she about to freak me out again. Look. Yeah. Yes. See, I knew I wasn't crazy.
I mean, I've heard that before too, though. I've heard that shit before.
You know what else I heard? I heard everybody's only like 4 people away from knowing the president.
That's
6 degrees of separation.
That's kind of crazy.
Yep, from by only so many people. See, a lot of people don't realize that or think about that, and you know what I mean. But some people might be like 20 people away because they weigh. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, which would lead us into.
I don't know. Fuck all that. We got like 2 minutes left before we gonna go ahead and take a break because I gotta take a piss. Are we back in action over there, or do I gotta go outside? You're gonna put me outside now because I blew the fucking bathroom up to
after
shit.
After that coffee, all that Starbucks.
I have to go outside like a dog now.
But you know what? We go after we take.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Look, after we take this break, though, we're gonna the last little topic we finna excuse me. When we come back from the break, the last subject we're gonna touch on, which is in relation to body dysmorphia, is when women pull a Britney Spears.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And you'll have some major insight because. Well, I didn't pull a Britney Spears. Well, I kind of did pull a Britney Spears in an aspect, but we're gonna touch on it when we come back.
Yeah, I mean, let me know because I don't really know. Like, I know that you told me stuff, but I don't know like that. So you could break down, and tell me. That's old school right there. They don't know nothing about that shit. Y'all youngsters, surfing the wave. Okay.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, so sorry, bro.
Look,
it's really real. Go ahead. All right. So we gonna take this little break. It's known by Podcast on Blaze.
And Steph?
Yeah, we'll be back in a minute. Let me do what I do. Leave my bowels alone, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna have to edit some of that shit.
Fuck that. Bang, bang, bang. So we're back. You don't want to know.
We back at it like a crack addict.
Yeah, some things are better, left unsaid. But we were talking about the whole internet shit and how shit's crazy. And I think that for people that are like submersed in it, it's not as crazy for them.
Right, because that's like their life.
Their whole life. Like we look at it a little different because we're like in that generation that we grew up not having it and now we're assimilating to it or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you were talking earlier about how that type of stuff also how it affects women. Really, like women is big. Yeah, I think it's more than men. Really, it's women because the way it affects y'all in a different way than it does us.
Yeah, because women we're more emotionally ran and men are more logically ran. For a general statement.
I already see it. I see all the feminist bitches lining up right now. They ready to.
Patty,
they finna.
Am I right
protect
or wrong?
your neck,
A general
Steph.
statement.
Sorry, I've never met a man.
No, I didn't say smarter. I didn't say smarter. Like okay, like this, like men.
I'm Forrest Gump, so I ain't got a dog in this
here
fight.
We go.
Shit, so I can't
what
say
I mean,
shit.
like men. Men will view things.
Offense.
Men will view things.
Just know that Steph managed to offend a lot of women right now, and then Patty just managed to offend a lot of men right now. So it's all good. It kind of balances it out. You can't say that we're being sexist because it's all the way around. This is a level playing field over here.
No. I'm just saying in a generalized statement, men view things in black and white and more logically than women.
I would say not as emotional.
That's what women are more and women more so base their responses and judgments emotionally based. More so. It didn't generalize statement.
I can see what that is because
the
personality.
Like okay, say there's an issue, right? The woman is gonna send a fucking whole paragraph detailing every which little thing, right? And the guy's just gonna be like, okay, so is it this or is it this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I meant by that. They're more like black and white women are more of a rainbow.
That's dead ass me right there too, because I'll be like, just tell me what the fuck it is and I'll figure it out.
But it doesn't mean that you're fucking smarter, because women are more emotionally
I think we just work
smarter.
different. That's all it is. That's why it's like a balance thing, and that's why I said it's like it affects women and men, but it affects y'all in a different way than it does us.
Like guys men love working on like cars and engines, for example. It's like putting pieces of the puzzle together, like, and there's some women who follow suit. Like, we would be more like into
It's kind of weird though to me because like a lot of mothers, they're very emotional, but they still do that, and there's a lot of fathers that do that as well.
Right.
Because I know a lot of
yes.
men that
do the baby girl's hair and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's also like how you're raised. That has a lot to do with how you're raised and what you care about, you know, because
Same thing with men though, you know. So it's kind of weird because if they were just based on emotions, they wouldn't get anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's that's definitely it's how you raised, but also you gotta understand. It's how you raised and how do you give a fuck about your kids? Because if you give a fuck about your kids, you're gonna, no matter what happens, you're gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? It's all about where people's priorities are, you know, as far as that goes, and as far as the difference between men and women and stuff. It's like there's always gonna be ain't shit men and gonna be ain't shit women too. There's always gonna be them too. So when it comes to social media, the fact that it the way it affects y'all, your body self-image and everything, and how you know, and a lot of your confidence in one thing, and how it affects us is two different things. And that's what you were telling me about though. You were saying like,
so what I was saying was now my experience doesn't have really anything to do with social media, but it has to go along the lines of the more like emotional aspect.
But what experience are we talking about though, first of all? Like what are we talking about?
Like a Britney Spears.
Oh yeah, that's what you said, right? I mean, like, but like, what a Britney Spears, like Britney when she was like getting money and living it up.
Well, see,
when she
and
wigged
Michael
out,
Jackson,
Britney come on the comeback, bro. There's a lot of Britneys.
Britney and Michael Jackson have like a similar story as far as like their
They burnt Britney up too?
No, bro. Oh Lord. Michael Jackson went white and all the body shit that happened to him or whatever. So he had a different. Right. It affected him differently. Now when Britney lost her, when Britney lost her fucking mind. You know, what'd she do? She shaved her head and went nutso and had a fucking public breakdown. Now,
Love crazy bitches.
You know what, everybody? We've been going like so left and
Crazy
right
ass
and
bitch.
off topic, and so like the whole point where I was trying to make was, and I don't remember
Crazy
how we
bitch,
got
I love
here.
you, wherever you are.
My point was, you know, and I totally forgot the whole point. The whole point of the topic, what I was gonna say,
Talking about shaving your head, bro.
was shaving my head.
Let's get to it.
Was shaving my head. So I had always wanted to do it for the longest time, but I was so scared. And like Patty's saying, like she wanted to, but she could never do it. But,
She
like,
could.
I will one
She
day.
could if she really
Okay.
wants to.
More power to you, sister. It's such a liberating
Fuck yeah, you
feeling.
little bald-head
It's for
bastards.
it's for some people and for some it's not. That's okay. I had been thinking about it for like years prior, and like something like within me said something 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. And then several events had happened that had led up to when I did shave my head, and the event that had happened was when I got my ass whipped by the police. And then the next day, you know, there was so much, I can't even put it into words what was going on
Rage.
mentally. It wasn't even rage. It was just like I felt that I was at this blank point in my life, and it's like I needed to make a statement to start a new slate.
They must have treated you like the brown man for real.
You seen the pictures. Okay. So I was like,
Funny,
you know
but
what?
not funny.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I've been talking about it for so long. Fuck it. I just went in, and it's funny because I was driving down the
Give yourself a
street.
ball
I was
fade.
driving down the street, and I'm like, what's open? Because I think it was a Sunday. What's open? Right there. It was like next to a fucking convenience store. $20.
Little salons.
It was like this Asian mom and pop like little
like a little
5-chair. It was
Was
like
just barbershop or salon where you could get, you know,
it was like
girls going-
not worse. It was like worse than like those supercuts
That's right.
type thing. It was like real. Anyways, went in there.
Should have had the homie in the backyard just do
Hey,
it,
look,
like, what's
so
happening?
nah, but look, so I went in there and he goes, oh, what can I do for you? I'm like, shave my. How much you gonna charge for shave? What you? Because I had long hair. You really want to do it? Yeah,
Did you take your hair with you?
I got it.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say, if not, there's gonna be a little Steph hair doll
I
somewhere
got
running
it.
around.
They ain't
Somebody
pulling no voodoo
rocking-
on me. Look,
somebody rocking a Steph wig.
I got my own little shit. I got my own little voodoo doll at the house from New Orleans. So anyways,
okay, so look, give me
so
some
I did
context
it.
real quick though. Before you go, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what made you want to do it before you actually did it? Because you said you've been thinking about it for a while, but why? Like, what was your reasoning for wanting to do it?
Something within me spiritually, because like, I mean, as you know, through our conversations, like I always think deeper, think ahead, think of women in our hair is a lot. Our hair is our crown. Our hair says a lot about us. There's a lot of factors that come along with it. And my hair and my head, there was a lot of heaviness. There was a lot of weight to it. And it just, at that point, it just got to that point after that whole incident. It was like, I need something new in my life. So I got to a new chapter in my life, and that incident, triggered it. And I just said, fuck it. And I did it. And Asian dude was like, ready?
Bang.
Here we go. And I'm like,
He was like, bang, 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 bang.
and then he just G.I. Janed me. And oh my God, so much weight came off. And I just felt so liberated. And then afterwards, I was like, damn, I really did the shit.
Yeah.
And then,
Looking like you was about to join the National Guard or some
yeah.
shit.
But it looked good. And I was so happy because I was like, oh, thank God I ain't got no funny shaped peanut ass head. I had a nice shaped head. I was
You didn't have a hook.
surprised.
See, I didn't get to see that
But
part.
you-
You didn't have a hook on the back of your shit?
No, look, and you know what I always thought about? I'm like, man, everybody big head, big head, big head. And I do, I'm a tall female, whatever. So then when I seen it, I'm like, oh, okay, so I could pull it off. And then I'm like, fuck, now I gotta go through the awkward stage and all this and that. But it's been 7 months rocking, and my shit's cool. I'm gonna make it do what it do. And
It's always a big head motherfucker calling somebody big headed.
yeah, but you know what? It's a very liberating thing. It's a new slate, new chapter in my life. It's a whole new me, whole new beginning, and all that kind of shit. So if you've ever contemplated it, ladies, I would highly suggest you just do it, because okay, it's just hair and it grows back, and it makes a very big statement to
It does.
people.
I mean,
because
shit.
that's a bold thing. When a woman shaves, she's got long hair her whole life, and then she shaves her head. That's a big bold
First,
statement.
I'm looking at her. I'm looking at kind of woman she is. If she shaved her head and like what she look like, you know what I mean? Because I mean
That's the raw. You're exposing
nah, because
yourself.
some you never know.
You
Some of
can't
these
hide
bitches
behind
be
your
out of
hair no
pocket. They
more.
get their head shaved, like because they did something wrong. A bitch pull up on her with clippers and cut her shit. So it's like I look at the person first. Be like, why you shave your head? Did you shave it to empower
rarity.
yourself? Did you have lice? What was it? See how that's why I look. All right, you know what I mean? Because also let's keep it real.
There's different things, yeah.
There's different things, and you got
But that's rare.
That's rare. I don't see. To be honest with you, I think it's cool. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I've seen. I think you're one of like the few people that I know directly, the females that I could say that shaved their head. That's one dude. That's cool. You should have got a fucking head tat while you was at it though. You know
I want to, but you know what? A lot of motherfuckers like nah. I'm like, bitch, it ain't your head, and why would you
get
it
all the time?
No, but you know what though? And I'm like, look, I want to get the head tattoo, but I'm gonna let my hair grow back. Well, then what's the point in getting it? Bitch, it's for me. It ain't for you. Because if I ever wanted to, cut it down again, you know what I'm saying? Right. I'm still gonna get it.
Sounded like a real interesting conversation.
You know what? I think before next summer in 2020, because 2020 finna be lit. First of all,
just know it ain't real unless it's a face tat.
Nah.
Face tats on a chick is the best.
Okay,
ever.
But look, you know what? And quote me on this. By summertime next year, I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna get a head tat.
Okay. You know what I mean? Y'all remember that. Y'all heard it here. So if summertime next year, there ain't no face tat jumping off.
I didn't say face. I said my head, fool. The side of my head. The side of my head.
All right.
Yeah.
Face tat. Remember that she said it here.
Might have a consideration.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah, I would totally do it. Look like G.A. James.
No, that was cool. You know what I mean? I when we were talking about the social media thing, it's like I think the contrast to what you're doing is like you did it because you wanted to do it. It was something that you felt as opposed to like somebody.
But it was also emotionally based.
It was emotionally based, but see, you took that emotional decision and you turned it into a positive for yourself.
Yes.
Like you didn't do it because you're like
see the logic. No, I'm just
yeah. I mean, I kind of get it. I'm trying to understand. So. And that's the difference. People do something, they do something. Make sure that you guys do it. Whether everything is based in emotion to a certain sense. Even men, maybe it's ruled more by logic, but there's emotion in people. What dudes do too. That's why you get these motherfuckers getting stabbed and beat up for a chicken sandwich.
Oh, they are. And you know what? It's a sad
it's
thing.
Just a different. It's a different style.
Makes them try to like suppress and act all the kind of men don't cry or talk about it, and that fucks them up. That fucks a lot of dudes up. You know what I'm saying? I got a partner who we talk, well, we talk sparingly, but it's like, he doesn't like opening gifts around people. Like if I were to give you something, a gift, he would rather open it in private because he has this thing about opening gifts in front of people because of how society and his father.
Not just society,
you know what I'm saying?
but that has a lot to do with how you were raised in your house.
But why does his father make him think like that? Because of society's impact.
It's trauma, yo. We all pass trauma to each other in this life. For dudes, it ain't never really been cool to express those types of things because it's like it shows weakness and like you said, we about logic. So logically, that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to be the hardest motherfucker, but at the same time, you don't want to give nobody a reason to fuck with you neither. That's another reason why I don't understand. It's like, you don't want drama in your life. But keep your personal life off the social media, and you will have less drama. Period.
But if you use that vulnerability against somebody. Like if you were to cry to me in like say a death or something that had really happened to you, you know what I'm saying? Why would I ever want to hold that against you in public?
Well, everybody ain't built like Steph.
No, but anybody who does that type of shit, look, I'm not even gonna call you no type of names, but you just know you wrong and karma gonna come back for you somehow, some way. But I feel like if a man is gonna open up and be vulnerable, I feel like the relationship, like say if it was y'all, like it has to be in such an intimate moment and setting, and you can't just cry all the fucking time. But I feel like men need to open up and be more and be more vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? But do it around the right people, so you don't. You know what I mean? People don't use it against you, because people are cruel.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like why would you want to give anybody ammunition?
Because everybody wants to feel like they got one up on you.
Exactly. Why would you give anybody ammunition on you? Like, some things are meant to be dealt with by you and by the people that are around you that actually give a fuck. It's like the more people you empower with information about you, the more control you give them, because obviously you're letting them know. Like that's why you'll see these celebrities and shit, and you think you know them, you've seen in them all these movies, but then you meet them. Some of them might be the biggest fucking asshole you ever met in your life, and you're like, yo, you're not like that in my favorite movie, and that's because that's not them really. And
you want to know something? Because I saw it on TV, like Demi Moore. You would think she had like a regular upbringing, like, you know what I'm saying? But she shared that she was like molested by her dad and all this kind of crazy shit happened to her, and then she like ran off when she was 13, became an actress and so on. But it's like you never know somebody's shit. You know what I mean?
And that's the movies and the TV and
That's
pop
crazy.
culture. They only present the best parts,
and
right?
Like Patty said earlier, it's all fake. It's all ego.
Well, that you remember the movies and TV used to be our sole,
It's entertainment.
sole thing of entertainment. Now the entertainment's on the phone and anybody can entertain us. So they're doing the same thing that they do on TV. They're only showing you the best parts, and there's people that only show you the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You
Ooh,
know,
and that's gonna lead into our next topic.
Yes, the next topic is we're almost out of time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've finna transition into the next. We're gonna be mobbing forward, and I'm gonna give y'all some advice. We're gonna touch on some, relationship, intimate issues.
Well, kick
and
that
topics.
shit off, Steph. You just
all
already
right,
kicked it
all
off.
right. Well,
Bust that
fuck
shit.
it then. All right. Well, here we go then. Since we mobbing forward, and we gonna keep it lit.
Mobbing with Steph.
Yeah.
Steph be mobbing, and you mobbing with Steph
on Instagram. So that's gonna come into communication with, let's say, like a friend or your girlfriend, boyfriend, and like I always say, communication is definitely key. So what do you think are the let's say 5 most common relationship problems? Like what do you think like 5 of them, 5 main ones would be? 5 common ones. What do you think?
5 common relationship problems: finances, trust issues, jealousy. In-laws maybe, but that's only if you really like, because I have my philosophy on that is just different. So.
I wanted to see about 5, but I got 10. So you got children. These cause relationship problems, right?
Damn.
Children.
Our children is the problem.
Children.
That's fucking crazy. Where the fuck you get this list from, first of all?
No, so look, think about it.
God damn it.
I'm dating somebody right now. Got 6 kids. Okay.
Is that a problem though? Because you kind of know he has 6 kids. So,
not for me, but for somebody else it might be. Like if I just met you, right, and you share with me, you're upfront, you're being honest. Oh, how many kids you got? I got 6. I'm gonna be, whoa.
I'm gonna be like, I got 6. I'm a shooter.
Right. So
happening?
some women would just
They
initially
jump.
back off, right? Some women, like me at first, when I heard that, I was like, okay, well, but I still, like, we were still friends. So, but over the course of time, it's been many years later, and now I understand how that whole operation works with, baby mamas and all that. And I'm like, oh, okay, then, now we could take it a step further, which we are. And I don't find it being an issue for me. That's not my responsibility. It's his. He's got all that under control and so on. And, for some people it is an issue, some people it's not. So anyways, children can be an issue. Boredom can make an issue. Money. Sex.
Definitely. That was like damn near 1 and 2 right there.
Appreciation,
yeah.
Traumas, that. When you don't understand somebody's
batshit crazy and you feel like you want to murder them.
But I don't like it when people
that you don't want to do that.
But I hate it when people try to use like their traumas as an excuse, like, oh, I've been through this, so it justifies why I'm acting this way. No, grow the fuck up.
Yeah, I know.
Infidelities become a problem.
Off top,
growing
bitch out there
apart,
doing too much.
Growing apart, communication and arguments.
Growing apart is different because I feel like
no, it's not.
Growing apart. No, I'm not saying that it's not. That is a reason, but I think the reason why people grow apart is because you either the time and place of your development as a person and their time and their growth could be different. So that's what means I grow apart. Because growing apart doesn't mean that just one person is. Both people are growing. It means sometimes one person is growing, the other person ain't. You know what I mean?
Right. That's like kind of with my last relationship. Like I'm becoming a new and better woman, and he's set in his ways, and that's fine. But the problem comes in is when, like, if I'm coming into a new, and we're not communicating on to how to stay on the same page, even though I'm letting you do your thing and so on. If we can't go through that process together and watch and help and support that growth, then that's when the divide happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you start losing touch with each other. Like, yo, you don't get me no more.
Yeah, but you know what I read? I read a story about how this man stayed in a marriage with his wife, and his wife became 10 different women throughout the marriage.
That's
she went through like all these different stages of growth.
The remix.
But women are beautiful like that.
But that's still, because look, think of it like this.
You know what I'm saying?
The main reason why a motherfucker cheats is like, for a guy, it's boredom, it's conquest, it's an opportunity. You know, that's the main thing like that. Like, if that's the kind of state of mind in where they're not, because everybody, I have a theory that I'll be saying, well, not more like a theory, just an observation that I made, is that we're all just getting each other ready for someone else.
Yes.
And the reason, and so it's like, guys, girls, everybody goes through that phase where they're like, yo, I don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings but my own, or whatever, whether it's a short period of time or whatever, when it comes to relationships. So some people might never do that. So I'm not gonna say everybody, but the majority of people, that's what it is. So we're just getting each other ready for other people, because you gotta live those experiences. You gotta fucking find out what it's like, and you gotta grow. Like you said, if I can't bring nothing to the table, I'm still the same motherfucker. And growth is just a human thing. It's not even like a relationship thing, because I done came home from prison and seen motherfuckers dressing the same, looking the same. I'm talking about, you look like you stepped out of a time warp, my nigga. Like you just came from fresh from 2000, straight from 2000. What's up, y'all? Like, I'm like, bro, you look the same. I'm like, bro, it's crazy. It's like you haven't grown, you haven't evolved. You still think the same. You want to go do this and drink beers on the street and all this. I'm like, come on, my guy. I'm like, you got growth is a big thing, because you could grow apart from somebody and still love the fuck out of them, but it's just not. You don't understand me no more.
You know what? I used you as an example to somebody.
Don't use me.
But I didn't use your name. I used you and your growth as an example to help get this motherfucker's mind. Okay, so look, anyways, this motherfucker is been living the same lifestyle that has got him caught up in the system and so on and so forth for so long, right? Now he's just lying to himself to get by doing the same shit, right? Mm-hmm. So, and using I've been through this, that's why I can't achieve this. And I said, look, bro, that's a fucking lie. I got a homeboy who been in prison just like you. All the shit. And I'm like, look, my homeboy is like a felon. You know what I'm saying? And he been in prison. Now he out. He up on his feet, doing shows, making money, doing all these positive things. You know, got all A, B, and C. So don't tell me you can't fucking do it.
But that's where growth comes in.
I know, but you know, yeah,
it
is. Like, cause when I see Blaze, it's like he's a prime example. Like, I don't want to ever hear anybody say you can't come out of like the mud, like, cause he's done it.
You gotta want it though, because I'll be the first to admit it. Like my first go around in prison, I was like, whatever. I could still risk it. You know, I came home like it is what it is. Still got one more in me. And then my second time around, I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm like, yo, I'm tired of not having shit. Right. I'm tired of not watching my kid and not seeing him grow up. Mm-hmm. I was just tired in general. And that's where the growth comes in. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people, you know, don't get me wrong, jail, and depending on the experiences you have in jail and prison and shit, that shit could stifle your brain. It could stifle your growth as a human being. Motherfuckers go in there and be forever 16.
He said that too. He goes, I'm institutionalized. That's because you know what he said? If you call me a bitch, a lame, or a punk, I'm gonna flash and I'm gonna do this and that. I'm like, look, that's your problem.
I am too.
But no. But I'm like, that's your problem. Like, that's your problem. You might as well pack it up and go now. You know what I'm saying? Because he was saying, I'm going to do A, B, and C. Like, okay, well, you might as well turn yourself in now, because, you know, those are words. But if you're going to let those 3 little words affect you to that extreme, I can't fuck with you. I cannot fuck with you. Now, if you put your hands on me, that's one thing. But I will never let words affect me to the point where I'm going to take a penitentiary chance. The words are words. But if you touch me, it's on.
And that's growth. And the thing is, even though, let's say we're at where he's at, and maybe he's not there yet, but you got to start with being open to it first. You got to start to open to growth and understanding yourself, and stop being so hard on yourself. First of all, you know, everybody makes mistakes. We all make them. You gotta begin with that. Period. If you can't allow yourself to make a mistake, then how are you gonna allow yourself to fucking, you know, recover from your mistakes? And it's like, look, and I'm talking about like a minor mistake, or like I have a point where I was in a bad mood and I flashed and I said some stupid shit, but I don't mean like going out and committing fucking crimes, you know? I mean like just regular emotional outbursts. But you gotta allow yourself first. You gotta give yourself the opportunity and growth, and the person that you're with, they gotta understand that too. If they're growing like that's what I said, we're all growing at different rates. So maybe somebody looks back at you and you guys fall in love, and they look at how you are, and you're wondering why would somebody that's in her mind state get with somebody that's in his mind state?
That happened to me yesterday.
It's because she looks back, or he looks back, and probably sees something that he was going through and sees it and knows that, like, yo, you finna be all right, you know, just, you know, whatever, I fuck with you, you're gonna be good, just hold your head and keep rolling, you know, it's gonna be good.
You know what, that happened, like I said, look, my ex helped me grow into a better woman for somebody else, right? So I feel like I'm on the right path now. I'm on track. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
And now
but you gotta be open to it, right?
Yeah. Yes. Now I'm fucking with somebody. The tables are turned. Now I am to him what my ex was to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a trip that you said that. It's crazy. Like and I realized that, and I'm like, you know what? I might not have all the tools that I need, but I got enough. If he's willing to take the initiative and he wants to, jump on board, then we gonna take these few little tools that I got and we gonna make him get there.
I'm not the smartest person, obviously, because I have the IQ of Forrest Gump. Apparently, from the IQ test I took.
Look, I'm gonna give you another one.
I feel like I understand people though, in a sense. So, do I listen all the time? Do I No, I don't. I'm still growing in my growth and my journey as well. But I feel like I understand people. So when I look at people and I see their actions and what they say and the situations and scenarios, it gives me an idea of what kind of person they are. And if we have a chance to talk and conversate, then I also feel like I could understand where you are in your growth. Even if I'm not there, you might be way ahead of me. Like, yo, you're doing some shit that I don't think emotionally I could fucking handle. Like how dude like me, I'm not gonna let no one disrespect me. I'm gonna say something, but the difference between what I say and what I do is two different things. I know now that
define disrespect you.
Disrespect me. Yeah, exactly. Disrespect, we could go a long way because that's subjective. So that could be any disrespect to somebody else's. So you spin on my car could be somebody's equivalent of me wanting to do some heinous shit to you. You feel? So you did some heinous shit to me. So yeah, it's all subjective. But yeah, you got what I'm saying is that I make a conscious decision to understand my situation, understand this person, and it goes back like I said. Remember
instead
about
of reacting on impulses.
Exactly. Okay. That's where the growth is. And remember, like I was telling you earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And think about it, like I was saying earlier, it's like I know like consequences of what I act and what I say and what I do. And do I really want to, take it there over a fucking chicken sandwich standing in line? It's like, no, chicken sandwich ain't worth it. If it's a fucking hour-long line and people are getting disrespectful, whatever, like, you know what, I'm out.
Right?
I don't even need this shit.
Too.
It's drama. It looked like it's gonna be fights and shit. I'm gone. I'm like, oh, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get caught up in
but some people
shit.
might be like, fuck that. I came here. I'm gonna get what I came here for. And it's like, okay, but at what cost? What are you putting yourself through? You got your kid in here. You see these cats acting crazy. You still gonna stay here because you're not gonna be denied what you want. Come on now. It's like, that's where growth comes in for me. And I learned how to work on that. And that in order for me just to function in general. Like I said, a motherfucker disrespecting me, I'm not gonna sit there and take it and be like, yeah, bro, keep talking. I'm gonna be like, fuck you too, whatever.
You know what my main growth
and then I'm gonna
point
keep
is?
it moving. I'm like, okay, this motherfucker, before I have to do something to him or whatever, or he tries to do something to me, I'm gonna keep it pushing. You feel me? That's how you gotta be.
My main growth point right now in my life is to be a better listener, which I'm working on, and exercise
Always
more patience. Because but those are my two main growth points right now in my life. What are yours?
My main growth is that one of those as well.
Right now. My
main things right now is growth. It's also is having more conviction in things that I want to, like, and what I mean by like, I might have the definition wrong, but I mean when having that follow through, when I want to get some shit done and do it,
having
that follow through and stay on it, and it's like whatever, I already do it, but it's just I want to dial it in more.
When I have that motivation, I take the initiative and I get it done. I execute. And I haven't had that in a while. Plus, I'm also getting to know who I am again after 10 years of always being in a relationship. I'm finally in a point where I can know who I am, know who the new me is. You know what I mean?
You got to get to know yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's what masturbation is for.
And the last thing I'm gonna say on this is, whoever you choose to be with, please don't jump into it if you know them for a few months. Be friends first. You really have to know that person. You really do. And like the person who I'm seeing right now, we're not committed. We've known each other about 5 years, something like that. Known each other. And we're getting into what we want to build.
Yeah, it's an old school thing they used to say. It's called taking it slow.
Nah, but you know what's crazy though? There was like 4 years where we didn't even see or speak to each other. And
That's dope.
And just out of the blue,
it just happened.
No, we showed up at the same spot, like unknown. Like we were like, what the fuck? What are you doing here? And it's just like all the old emotions came back, and we've just been friends. And now we're.
But y'all got history though. That's what I'm saying. It's like build a little history with people before you give them everything. You know.
You have to really know.
And if you're just out for
somebody.
sex, then just say it. Don't play games like you're into all that and you just want, you know.
Look, if I'm just trying to fuck, I'll let it be known.
Yeah, just let it be known.
I'll
like,
let it be known.
That, to me, and that's another thing I'm working on my growth point, and I've been really good at it, but it's just being straight up with people. Like brutal, not brutally honest, because brutally honest is also a form of disrespect, and sometimes
it depends on the it depends on the context.
What I mean by that is just being straightforward. Like, this is what I mean. You know, what do you mean? Like, just tell me what you mean, and I will try to understand you and find a level. Or maybe I won't understand you. That's cool, but like, I don't like to let shit linger. I don't like to let people think that it's something that it's not. It is what it is. This is what's happening. Let me know. But look. It's the motherfucking No Invite podcast, and unfortunately, we come to the end. Producer Patty been flagging me down, and since I got on her about waving her arms crazy the last episode and shit, now she's just trying to be real smooth in the quiet storm in the background type shit. So,
but we can still hear.
But she got some insight, and to be honest with you, eventually
we need a third mic.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna get this third mic popping off. We're gonna throw Patty in the mix because she's like the perfect. She's like, I don't know. She's just like the counter point to what
devil's
we say,
advocate.
You know what I mean? In a sense, no,
but not like no. Maybe that was too much of a.
I'm gonna say Patty's like the voice of reason, cause Patty, you know what I mean. That's the best way I could say. She's our conscience in this motherfucker.
You know what? Like if you have,
you should see her face when I say some wild shit on the mic. You'd be like, oh my god.
Like say we meet you and I have
like you'll hear in the background
two. If you're on one opinion of a subject and I have the opposite, she's gonna be the mediation.
Tiebreaker.
And on top of that, she's gonna have put in that third opinion.
Yes.
Even though she ain't a Libra.
Yes. No, but it's good. We're gonna work her way up there. I think she's getting more and more comfortable. She's definitely killing it on the producer hype. You know, she just maybe needs to listen to the episodes once just for critique, maybe audio purposes. You know, things like that.
Yeah, she finna cuss your ass out again. She's finna let you have it.
She's like, you know what, Diz? Maybe you should do an intro for your podcast.
Oh shit, he did that to me a few times too. It made me feel like a fool.
Nah, I don't do it to make nobody look like a fool. I just be like, try to point out like the obvious.
But aside from all that, you guys follow us on
Captain Obvious.
Follow us on Instagram at no_invite_podcast, at Steph B.Mobbin and Blaze2Diz on YouTube and SoundCloud.
Yep.
And we outie fight thouty.
Steph just grabbed the wheel. I can dig it. I've been waiting for her to do that. I need more of that. So y'all heard what it is. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Patty, you know what time it is.
Follow the No Invite podcast on Instagram. No_invite_podcast.